sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and trying to make sense out of the senseless and argue in my mic stand again. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, go to Reaver.1. Click on the live stream. And if you like that live stream, do not forget to subscribe. Keep up to date. Now, if you want to support the show or support SHR Media, go to Reaver.1 and click on the Reaver store. Pick yourself up a t-shirt, coffee mug, and other sort of items. Quick side note on that. It was funny last night. I put out a tweet, hey, we got a bunch of new shirts up and about. We got the one of Hillary's yearbook picture. Just so you know, it's a silhouette of a witch. We got I Love My Cock with a picture of a silhouette of a rooster. Trying to think. Cocks Lives Matter. Trans Species Lives Matter. And it has a silhouette of a minotaur. And there's a couple other new ones, just like SHR Media or Sechead Radio is the cure for narcolepsy. I forget how the rest of it goes. There were so many shirts that we made up the other night, not last night. And so I put out a tweet saying, hey, you got some new shirts, yada, yada, yada. And I had this jackass. He responds, no thank you in capital letters. I only get my real gear from Donald J. Trump. Stop trying to rip him off. And then he blocked me. I'm like, this guy is batshit crazy. How is my show or anything with SHR Media have to do with fucking Trump? I've thought about calling Trump's campaign just to fuck with this guy and be like, why is this person speaking on behalf and telling me basically giving me a cease and desist order? Since when did Donald Trump buy out my show? I'd like to know because I haven't got a fucking check yet. And no deal is done until, you get paid. And it's just like, what is this guy fucking smoking? So I was like, all right, just to be a smartass, because, well, that's me. I'm a fucking smartass, and I love it. And he thinks I'm going to jump ahead. He thinks I'm being all mad. No, I'm having fun wasting this idiot's time and pissing this guy off. So I created a secondary. Because, well, I don't have a personal Twitter. Not that I really would use one. I have one for the show. And I'm not trying to knock. I have followers, and I have lots of followers. More than I would expect. I use that for my show. I'm not exactly a social media savvy person. I will admit that. Jenna, I had the same thing today. And also I had Facebook conversation going off every couple minutes. Sackhead Sean hurt his knee, I think, yesterday. And, he thought it wasn't nothing, but he was up all night in severe pain. So he was telling... We get together every now and then, and you can do those group chats in Facebook. And then we'll get all of us together and say, hey, he was saying, hey, He might be down for a couple of days, which, hey, get better, Sean. Stop trying to imitate me. I know imitation is flattery, but I don't need you getting injured and trying to copy me. So that was my wake up every couple minutes. I kept hearing ding ding ding, ding ding ding, So, but yeah, this guy. So I created a personal account, and I told him, I was like, "Listen, this has nothing to do with Trump. What the fuck are you talking about?" And his response was, "I don't know what you're talking about." And he's like, "I see you created a secondary account after I blocked you." I'm like, "Yeah, I'd like to know why the fuck you blocked me. I didn't do shit. I'm trying to sell my T-shirts. Oh, you mad that I'm gonna cost you money? No, you ain't gonna cost me money because now you're looking like a dickhead." Well, I don't know what you're talking about. So every time I responded, I would copy and paste a screenshot of him bitching that I was ripping Trump off. How is, someone please explain, how am I ripping Trump off by selling Reaver of Common Sense shirts? How am I ripping Trump off by selling Southside Mutt shirts? I just don't understand this idiot's train of thought. If he had a fucking brain, he'd be dangerous. And he is one of those idiots I gotta defend myself over. Hi, Cal. I gotta defend myself over because he's one of those jackass Trump supporter that runs his fucking mouth. But then what he does every single time, he runs his mouth, because I've seen it before with other people. He runs his mouth and then he blocks you like a pussy. He didn't even have the balls last night to say, "Hey, you know what? You're right. I fucked up. Sorry about that." I'd have been like, "Cool, done. 2 seconds, done." No, this jackass had to keep running his fucking mouth. So, if you're on Facebook and this jackass's picture is a red hat that says "Make America Great," which, he's so original with that. It's like DOBY. Here, let me get his. At DOBYDAENGER. Whatever the hell, he's Dobie. Yeah, he's Dobie, all right. Well, yeah, it doesn't piss me off. It kind of makes me laugh. Ooh, Flyers update. Rumor. Sorry, Flyers take precedence. If you don't know by now, I am a huge, huge, huge Flyers fan. I have their symbol tattooed on my left leg. They're just looking at trading draft picks. Hiya! Don't tell me you never heard of Hiya before. Hi. Yeah. So, this article had me laughing last night when I found it. Why does it have me laughing? Because if you remember, everybody got bent out of shape when John McCain and Trump went back and forth, and shouldn't be personal, shouldn't get nasty. Well, John McCain goes negative as Dr. Kelly Ward surges in the Arizona GOP Senate primary. Arizona GOP Senator John McCain's re-election campaign is lashing out with negative ads against his Republican primary opponent, State Senator Dr. Kelly Ward, as new polls show trouble for McCain's attempt at a sixth Senate term. A new poll from PPP shows Dr. Ward and Senator McCain tied at 41% in a head-to-head matchup. The poll has even more bad news for McCain, showing the aging senator with just 35% approval among Republican primary voters. With such a high negative, it's no surprise McCain's campaign would shift from ignoring Ward to attacking her. Their goal, obviously, is to make Ward more unpopular than McCain and hope that the anti-McCain vote doesn't coalesce behind the energetic state senator with a proven conservative record in Arizona State House. You know what? Good for her. My support is behind Dr. Ward. I 100% support her. McCain has proven time and time again that he is not a true conservative. He has sold out veterans. He has sold out the conservative people. He has sold out everybody except when it's time for elections. And then he acts like a conservative. Then he acts like he's out for the veterans. Then he acts like he's out for the people. I get so sick and tired of this. Rhino this and Rhino that and this is that. I don't question usually people's conservatism, but this man has backed Obama more times than I care. This man has sold out veterans more times than I care. So yes, I do question McCain's conservative values. And it's hard because there is no gauge of who's conservative and who's not. And there's no real definition in brain fart. There's no real, this is how it is, and this is. Ooh, you finally got it. Thank God. Good. Kel got her Reaver of Common Sense t-shirt. So, I know it takes. That's the one bad thing about the company I'm dealing with, but it's a good thing. The t-shirts, and I know this has nothing to do with McCain, the t-shirts that I'm selling, I don't have any stock because I have people that I know. Well, I think you ought to give me free. I would like to, but I can't. What do you mean? The company I'm dealing with, when you put your order in, they then go and print that out. They go out, they do the silk screening right there, get it dry, and it takes a couple days before it gets shipped out because they're actually making that t-shirt or that bumper sticker or, whatever you order from coffee mugs. I mean, down to beer cozies, a skateboard. They do all the printing right then and there for you. And sometimes it takes a couple of days by the time you get your item. So far, I have not had an issue with them. Ooh, wait a minute. They owe me a pair of shorts still. They are back ordered on a pair of shorts that I ordered, and I got to give them a call. They let me know. I mean, I'm not complaining about the company for that. Hey, sometimes they run out of stock and orders come in, and shit happens. I understand that, and they were upfront. They let me know, hey, bop, bop, bop. But yeah, for everything you order, it is printed right then. They don't have stock. I don't have stock. So as much as, and I'm glad I don't have them, because one of my problems I have is I'd be like, yeah, I do owe you a favor. Here's a t-shirt. Or just to get it out there, I'd give away a bunch of the t-shirts to try to get my name out there. Because I could be stupid like that sometimes. Also, I'm going to let everybody know, right around the 12 o'clock hour, I have a friend. I do my broadcast out of my house, and we're watching his daughter till tomorrow. His daughter and my daughter have hit it off, and what's funny is a lot of people found this, not coincidence, but really weird. I moved down here to Tampa area. My parents moved down, so I came down. And I've been down here about 7-8 years. And on Facebook, friends with my buddy Turkey from the firehouse. We did EMS fire together. And you had cliques in the firehouse and EMS. I mean, it's not that other people hated each other. Well, there is that, but you always had a group that always kind of hung together. And Turkey was one of we hung together. And all of a sudden I get a message, hey, what's Tampa area like? So I tell him. I'm like, why? Well, there was a new standalone ER that was opening up, and he had just, within the last year or two of him contact, got his nurse practitioner. And they found him and offered him the job to run this standalone ER. So, he was asking about the area. Knew I lived in the area. And I was like, about how far? And yada, yada. Well, his daughter's same age as my daughter, so when he moved down, well, his wife and daughter stayed in, what was it, Virginia, I think he was living in. And as soon as she came down, because he was coming to my house, my wife was cooking dinners for him on the weekends, you know, giving him some people to talk to. He didn't know anybody, sitting in a trailer, a camper. I think his mother and mother-in-law had a camper, so they borrowed it, and that's what he was staying in. A long story short, you know, his daughter and my daughter hit it off right away. Good friends now. I mean, they don't see each other constantly. He lives about half hour, 40 minutes north of me, so we get together every now and then. But today, well, we get the phone call the other day, and yeah, he's busy. He's going to be busy all day and part of tonight, and same with his wife. So he asked if he could drop his daughter off. We're like, yeah. My daughter's still at school. Here's the funny part. So we haven't told my daughter any of this. But long story short, a little bit too late. When he stops by, I want to run out and just say hi to him real quick. So I'll be thrown into a break real quick when that happens. But yeah, my daughter doesn't know. So we're watching her. And she's going to go with my wife to pick my daughter up. And it's going to be funny because my daughter is just going to shit herself when she sees Sienna. And then tomorrow, he just bought a new house. He's remodeling a large portion of it, but it's livable now, and it's got in-ground pool, all that. So we're going to go up and have a nice day. It's nice. For people that move into different areas, and I'm talking like moving from New Jersey to Florida, I don't regret it, but it was like moving into another country. There's a culture shock, and on top of it, we don't know a lot of people. So it's nice to be able to actually talk and chill out with somebody that we know what each other's like, and we know the lifestyle. And it's weird. It's like talking to somebody from another country that you're from. So with that, let me get back to the John McCain. I'm really sorry for going off topic there, but hey, I always speak what's on my mind and tell everybody what's what. So, yeah, John McCain is attacking now Mrs. or I should say Dr. Kelly Ward. He thought that he had this sealed up and everybody was going to bow down to it again. And thank you, Jenna. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry I wasn't here yesterday. All week I've had severe, I call them bad pain days. We've had storms coming in and out. And after a while, it gets to you. And what I did is drugged myself up, and I mean my medication type. And I just slept in late and just relaxed yesterday. When I got up finally, played WoW for a little bit, but yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. I try not to take too many of those days, but when you've had like 4 or 5 pain days in a row, it kind of got to me. In fact, they're doing testing to try to figure out. It's not just my neck and back injury anymore. It's all my joints are aching. I mean, every single joint was aching all week, down to my knuckles and my fingers. I can't wear my wedding ring anymore because my hand will swell up out of nowhere so bad. So, and the scary part is my brother has rheumatoid arthritis through like 90% of his body, and it's hereditary, and they're thinking possibly something along that lines. And it's going, oh, shit. That's not too good. And you know it's bad. Now, I'm 44 years old. I was sitting in the chair the other day, and I went to get up. My daughter's like, you need a hand. I had to have my 12-year-old daughter help me get off the couch. I was like, this is bad. But my daughter understands, and she's more than willing to help out when I need it. And I love my little girl for understanding. So, McCain's campaign is also receiving assistance from the increasingly marginalized Never Trump Pity Party. Red State attacked Ward for being insufficiently hostile towards Donald Trump's candidacy, and the Washington Free Beacon tried to question her pro-life bona fides. The alliance with Never Trump could backfire on Senator McCain in a state where anti-established candidate Donald Trump and Senator Cruz received nearly 75% of the vote in Arizona March 22nd. presidential primary. Trump won the state with more than 47% of the vote. McCain is in a conundrum over Trump because after Trump's comment early in the primary season last year about his wartime record, it's difficult for the 2008 GOP presidential nominee to back the 2016 presumptive nominee. Nevertheless, McCain has tepidly backed Trump now that he is the presumptive nominee. So while Ward can exploit McCain from the right on the matter, Democratic U.S. Senate candidate in Arizona, Ann Kirkpatrick, is hammering McCain from the left, running ads calling on him to renounce Trump. The McCain campaign is trying to keep the focus on their attacks on Ward. Another video that says it is paid for by friends of John McCain attempts to portray Dr. Ward as a wild-eyed conspiracy theorist by branding her as Chemtrail Kelly. So he can attack people at any cost, any topic, but no one can attack McCain. Even though there's huge questions about his loyalty and what he did during his time as prisoner of war. Something smells of double standards. And people, I mean, Democrats really need to watch because this running against people just pointing at, oh, he hasn't renounced Trump. Trump is more popular than these Democrats think. And they need to watch that because that's going to hurt them because there is a decent amount of Democrats that are backing Trump too. They're not buying this bullshit of all the left. And if you really look at it, those that are even going to these protests, I mean, I don't have numbers, but it looks like 75% of these people of quote-unquote protesters aren't there because they actually want to protest. They're there because they're being paid. And they don't know the topics. They don't know nothing about Trump. That really makes me wonder. I think there's more support for Trump than it's being led on. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
To Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean, Dude, I'm not saying half of the stupid pro. Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is the Reaver After Dark, hosted by Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe, and Jersey Crash, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch the broadcast, go to reaver.one. Click on the live stream. Don't forget to hit the subscribe so you can keep up to date. If you want to support the show and support SHR Media, go to reaver.one and click on the Reaver store. Kel just looked and saw our I Love My Cock t-shirt. Yes, we do have a I Love My Cock t-shirt. Cock lives matter. Don't forget trans species lives matter. Those minotaurs, someone's got to look out for them. The things that happened during the Sackhead radio show. That so many ideas get thrown around. I mean, it's all right, for no reason, as I've said before, we have Sack Up with us, SHR Media. We have a Kim Jong-un. Wait a minute, what is it? Kim Jong-un has nuclear weapons on the front with a silhouette of him, and on the back it says, no problem, he's not tall enough to hit the button. Let's see, what's next? Pangea Pride. What is it? I was in a band named Pangea, and it broke up. I got to do the, I had a boyfriend named Pangea. We broke up t-shirt. And just so, I mean, hopefully most people understand it, but there's some people that don't. Pangea is the name of the continent back tens of thousands years ago when all the continents, United States, Europe, Asia, South America, they are all connected as one continent. And it was called, they've named it Pangea. So Pangea lives matter. In other words, all lives matter. And the band broke up because, well, that's what the continents did. Some of it, I'm having trouble seeing it. It's on my secondary screen up top, and the angle's just slightly off. We got baseball jerseys, the old style, like you used to wear as a kid. What is that? It's got SHR Media on the front and Reaver of Common Sense on the back. We got all different. American people matter. We have a Second Amendment shirt. Where is it? We have hoodies for Reaver of Common Sense, SHR Media. And I'm not trying to, sell, do a pitch. That's a good one, Kel. Pangea, Connecting the Planets. I'm going to have to write that down. We got, jerseys, and I got women's shirts, tank tops. What are these? Handbags, or totes, excuse me. We got totes. I'm telling you, we got so much stuff. We got the aluminum water bottles, coffee bottles, floor mats. I even have a skateboard. So go to Reaver.one, click on the Reaver store. Just look around. Take a shot. We have bumper stickers. Yeah, we have fun with those bumper stickers. Gunpowders equals gun violence. Thanks, China. Hello, Gary. I hate whales for no other reason, just to piss off PETA. And I'm serious. No other reason, just to piss off PETA. Yeah, I picked out the Hanes heavy-duty T-shirts that are, they're a little bit thicker than most T-shirts, but it's the type that'll last longer. I don't know about anybody else, but I get those thin T-shirts, and they're gone in like a week. I end up shredding them. You can pick up your, when you buy the stickers, it's like a pack of 5. Pangea colonialism is a lie. And then the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media stickers. I got to do my creation of the SHR Media. The Southside Mutts show. I even got iPhone covers. I even got the iPhone Tough covers. So, just go there, take a look. You might find something. The hats I'm not happy with. I would like them to see them get the fitted hats and do an embroidery or something with that. These are the old style 1970s hats. And I'm not saying they're ugly, just it's not my style. It's not what I like. All right, well, let's get on with the show. See, I'm not a salesman. I know I'm not a salesman. That's why I don't have sponsors and I don't have all this other stuff on the show. I'm not a salesman. I'm not someone that could, I know this is going to sound bad, go out and sell themselves. Oh, if you go on my show, I guarantee you. I'm a person that's up front. I'm going to tell you, I don't fucking know if I'm going to be able to get you anybody to come to your store. I can't guarantee nothing. I'm not going to tell you I can. I don't even know how many people anymore listen. Because it's not that, I don't think anybody. I know they do. And I know my listenership has gone up steady. But I don't exactly worry about the numbers. The only thing I care about is I get my message out. People are enjoying it. And I know they're enjoying it because SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio keep me going. They allow me to keep broadcasting. So I know the day that they tell me that I'm off the air, I lost my listeners. I don't want all this to go to my head and, I got so many, oh my God. I don't worry myself with that. I've never worried in life if I have 100 friends. If I have one friend, okay. If I have no friends, okay. I don't worry about that stuff. I don't worry. That's why I've talked to a couple of people. Hey, if you know someone that's a PR media person that wants to pick up some extra work or they want to get into the industry, I've been contact, have them get a hold of me. It's, hey, you know, you do it for a percentage. Let's go have some fun. Maybe I can get some better equipment. That's all. I'm not out to make money off of this. I'm out to get my message out to people. I'm really rambling today. Are you going to Ireland, Cal? Pick me up, shit. I'll get back to you on that. I can't think of the little bastards' names. The ones that grant you wishes from Ireland, pot of gold. Damn it! Leprechaun. Holy shit, I'm getting old. I can't remember the Leprechaun. I want you to bring me back a Leprechaun, Kel, okay? Let's see. So McCain's doing going low blow, and they're calling her Chemtrail Kelly after her state Senate office had received numerous questions about chemtrail. Dr. Wards facilitated a meeting between constituents concerned about chemtrails and experts who explained what really is going on. Hardly a controversy. So there was a lot of people. Ew, no Guinness, no mas, no Guinness. Her constituents are concerned about chemtrails. She sets up a meeting between her constituents and experts to explain what's really going on. And she's a conspiracy theorist because she's trying to answer questions that people have and doing what her constituents want. Holy shit, she is a conspiracy theorist. She's doing what she's supposed to do as a senator. Listen, McCain needs to go. He needs to go in retirement. There's a lot of them that need to go into retirement. And this just shows, nobody can attack McCain, but McCain can attack... Jesus Christ, he is a fucking Democrat. It just popped in my head he is a Democrat. Because that's how he's acting. McCain can sling a lot of mud with more than $10 million in his campaign that he has raised so far. More likely on the way, given his deep connections to political insiders and GOP money men, expect this race to get a lot tougher and rougher if Ward keeps raising in the polls. And I hope she does. I want to see this woman kick the shit out of McCain. And this is what I've been saying, people. If you're not happy with our government, don't bitch and complain. Stop re-electing the same people over and over again. I don't care what they say. I don't care how long they've been there. Put new people in. Keep putting new senators and new Congress in there until they start acting the way that they're supposed to for the people. Just put new people in. Because sooner or later, they're going to get the idea in their head, the only way I'm going to get reelected is if I do my fucking job. And that job is you work for the people. McCain thinks he governs us. He needs to be sent a message that he works for us. People, I don't care. Democrat, Republican, Independent, stop. Everybody keeps bitching and saying we need term limits. Very easy. Stop reelecting these idiots. Term limits have been instilled. That's simple. That simple. Stop reelecting these morons. Ooh, not liking that one. Switching around as I talk and looking at different backgrounds. All right, that'll do. That'll do. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying calf for the stupid promo.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is the Reaver After Dark, hosted by Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe, and Jersey Crash, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. Damn, did I get caught off guard. Holy shit. Welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I am making sense out of the senseless. And I'm pushing buttons on my phone, and the Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. Wednesday, all right. Sorry, did some work on my dad's computer, and I ordered a hard drive for it, and they sent me the wrong damn hard drive, so I had to order another one. Oh, let me see something. I'm having issues over on my end on computer side. There we go. It's corrected itself. All right, let's get on with the show. So, I'm going to have fun with this because anybody that's listening to the show knows that I'm not a fan of Glenn Beck. I'm not a fan of him because the man is a joke. He's not a conservative. No way. He is an opportunist. That's it. And Glenn Beck lavishes praise on Mark Zuckerberg and attacks fellow conservatives. Surprisingly, no one, Glenn Beck, after joining the recent conservative delegation to Facebook, has defended the social network and its progressive CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, while attacking fellow conservatives for being too demanding of the company. So the company that has been censoring us is now being defended and praised by the constitutional conservative. Well, that's what he calls himself, at least. It's unclear if he's gunning for a role in the PR department in the wake of the Blaze's financial difficulty, but even if he isn't, it's hard to tell the difference. He's written a post on Mediums as well as his own personal website, given an interview to Time, and appeared on his own syndicated talk radio show to defend the social network. In his post on Medium, whose CEO he met before flying down to Facebook's sprawling headquarters in his private jet, Beck attacked conservatives who suggested more political diversity in Facebook's staff. Astonishingly, he accused fellow conservatives who attended the meeting of staging a Salem witch trial against the company. If that wasn't enough, Beck also appears to have swallowed Mark Zuckerberg's argument that the company never discriminated against conservatives. Seriously, what? How has this man been conservative? How? Where has he stuck up for conservatives? And don't tell me Ted Cruz, that was a money-making issue. And I question even Ted Cruz. I get told I'm not conservative enough. And then we have this. We have Glenn Beck from The Blaze going after conservatives You know what? Someone actually just put something. I had posted this up on my website. I put a little comments, and then I posted also this article. And this guy put it best. If Cruz had won, he'd be singing a different tune. Glenn Beck is desperate to find a group that still finds him relevant. And what'd you expect from a Mormon? Now, I'm not going to agree with that part, the attack of someone's religion. But I'm also not going to cut out bits and pieces and just use parts. But the guy's got it right on. If Ted Cruz would have won, he had been singing a different tune about Zuckerberg's censoring of conservative messages. They have been, he denied it. People blew the whistle, proved that they were censoring conservatives, still denied it. Wanted to set up this meeting. Oh, it's never happened, but let's talk. Well, if it never happened, why did he need to set this meeting up? And then now he's admitting it happened, and yes, his company is too far liberal with hirings. But yet we're expecting too much. We're expecting not to be censored. We're expecting equal opportunity for our message to be put out there. This shows that Glenn Beck does not give one rat's ass about being conservative. He does not give a shit about the Republicans. He does not give a rat's ass about the people. He cares about the almighty dollar. That's it. This man would sell out Ted Cruz probably for the right amount of money. This man is a joke. I was convinced that Facebook is behaving appropriately and trying to do the right thing, Beck wrote. They were humble, open, and listened intently to everyone in the room. Yeah, it's easy to do that. Till they start acting appropriately, then I'll believe them, because actions speak louder than words. I could say I am the goddamn Pope all I want. Does not make me the Pope. Glenn Beck is bending over again for another liberal group. And he didn't stop with one Medium article either. Beck is now talking to the media on behalf of Facebook, giving an interview to Time in which he again defended the company's trustworthiness. When are people going to wake up about this charlatan? I'm not for bans and all that, but you know what? I want to find out who is sponsoring The Blaze and Glenn Beck, ultimately. Because I don't want to do with companies that are paying that man to lie to conservatives. Because that's what he's doing. He's outright lying to the people now. He lied to the people about, I paid for everything while I went out on the campaign. And I campaigned for Ted Cruz because that's what I wanted to do. I spent $300,000 campaigning. But he didn't tell anybody about the $3 million he was given by a super PAC to go out there and attack Trump. He was being paid by Never Trump PACs to attack Trump. He was being paid to go out and follow Cruz like a groupie and talk up Cruz. But he doesn't talk about that $3 million that he was paid personally. His company's going down in flames financially, and he's going out and buying private jets. He has a right to do what he wants. He can go buy a private jet. But don't sit there and tell people how they have to live, act, and vote for when his company's going down in flames, and instead of trying to save his company, he's out buying jets. Instead of being at his work, doing his job, trying to save his company, he's out being a jock supporter for Ted Cruz while getting paid $3 million for his personal money. And now he's being a jock supporter for Mark Zuckerberg. And if you don't know what I mean by being a jock supporter, well, what does a jock supporter do? It holds up the men's balls. And that's what he's doing. He's sitting there holding their balls. I can't believe that he's actually defending. Yes, I could see coming out of the meeting and saying, yes, it was a good meeting. They say they're going to turn it around and they're going to start treating equally. But I want to see actions before I start singing their tune and praise and saying that they've turned around. I want to see them do it. They've said they were. This is what they said in the meeting, X, Y, and Z. But I'll believe it when I see it. No, he comes out going after the conservatives, bashing them. And you wonder why I ran away from Ted Cruz when this man started his mouth up. And he goes on to say, not one time did I get a sense that they were saying these things to get this off their back. I think they're sincere. Mark Zuckerberg looks like a man in the eye the entire time. I watched him carefully. Yeah, the same man that fucked over his fellow college students as they hired him to create a program for Facebook, basically, for colleges, and then he stole their idea and expanded it. You mean that trustworthy man? That trustworthy man that said, no, I'm not using any personal information? Oh, yes, I am. That trustworthy man? The man that went to the Chancellor of Germany, Angela Merkel, and said that he would tackle allegedly hateful criticism of immigration on his platform, that he would censor people that were speaking out against the German government? You mean a company that Zuckerberg, who is openly working with a German government who hired an ex-Stasi agent to monitor Facebook for anti-migration rhetoric, to censor dissidents to Merkel's disastrous immigration policy? That man is what you're talking about, Beck, as a trustworthy man? You mean the man that just convinced you yourself, Mr. Beck, that Facebook won't suppress conservatives, is already suppressing conservatives? But what do you expect? This is the same man who once called his early users dumb fucks for trusting him with their personal data. But still, at least he maintained eye contact. Did you keep eye contact as you were holding his balls for him? We all know the history of Mark Zuckerberg. The movies are out there. Everything's out there about the man and how evil the fucker is. Instead, let's focus on his new conservative puppy. I'm speechless on how this man is. He is not out for conservatives. He goes on to say, I know I'll be blasted by people for my position on this. I'll be called a sellout. I will be accused of taking money or cowering for fear of retribution. Not necessarily. Glenn's critics might just consider him superhumanly gullible. That's certainly the impression he gave off on the Blaze TV show, where he appeared to be awestruck both by being the president of Mark Zuckerberg and by the impressiveness of Facebook's headquarters. Mark Zuckerberg walks in, the first thing that you'll think about when you're sitting, I was right across the table from Mark. You know, I'm going to be thinking, there's the fucker that censors people. There's the fucker that thinks he is above everybody else. That's what I'm going to be thinking. He's a very small man, and he honestly looks like he's 12. That's one thing. I looked across the table, and I'm like, you look so young, so healthy, and like you just got off your skateboard, and you're like, yeah, but I have more money than probably anybody in your state. Everyone was there. Dana Perino was up on the roof of the Facebook building, which is just an incredible building. This is the executive office, and it was an amazing building. Perhaps he was too busy getting Zuck's autograph and looking through the headquarters' big glass window to notice Facebook's lacked transparency where it actually matters. At the meeting itself, when he did find out, he wasn't that bothered by it. Now, no one can make direct quotes. That was the deal going into the room. The Facebook deal. You couldn't quote what Zuckerberg said. That's the meeting I want to go. You can't quote me on what I have to say in this meeting because I want to talk about how we're not censoring people. I want this big meeting so everybody can understand what's going on, but you can't quote anything that comes out of this room. Right there, I would have told Zuckerberg, go fuck yourself. Plain and simple. And here we have Glenn Beck, cheerleader for Mark Zuckerberg. Once again, Beck is being much nicer to Facebook than he is to his fellow conservatives. In fact, in his Time interview, he was happy to give Facebook a favorable comparison to Republican voters, who he is apparently still angry with over the decisions to nominate Donald Trump despite his tireless fasting and Cheeto Bowl stunts. The man would lambaste Trump for making personal attacks, and what would this so-called man of God do? He would turn around and attack Trump personally. He stuck his head in a bowl of Cheetos to get his face looking orange so he can make fun of the way Trump looked. He attacked Trump nonstop and then would criticize when Trump defended himself. It seems certain quote-unquote conservatives have forgotten what it's like to defend yourself. Because they haven't defended the party, they haven't defended the conservative people, and they sure as hell have not defended this country. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
To Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is the Reaver After Dark, hosted by Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe, and Jersey Crash, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I am making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch broadcast, go to Reaver.one. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And if you want to support the show and support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one. Click on the Reaver store. Don't worry, I am not ripping off Donald Trump for anyone that worries about that. This is all stuff for my show or SHR Media. So we're talking about Facebook and how supposed conservative Glenn Beck has been just fawning over Mark Zuckerberg. And they pretty much, Facebook said pretty much the opposite of what it feels like to a conservative that the media and even the Republicans have said. The Republican Party has said, conservatives, you don't belong here, and we're not really listening. Unlike the Republicans, who, of course, committed the moral sin of nominating Donald Trump, Beck is a huge fan of Mark Zuckerberg. Speaking on his show on The Blaze, he said, you are a little shocked at how young he looks. He keeps talking about how young he looks. Does this man have an infatuation now all of a sudden? And he has the thing that he looks you right in the eye. Yeah, and I can look you right in the fucking eyes and yell to you. I can just look straight at you, right in your eyes, and lie to you. It doesn't mean shit. But yet, Glenn Beck says, hey, let me go out there and bash everybody. And this is the same Mark Zuckerberg who wants German-style immigration policies in the U.S. and reprimanded employees for supporting All Lives Matter. And in Beck's eyes, that is still better than supporting Trump. He has also turned his fire on fellow members who are non-Trump supporters of the conservative delegation to the Facebook, who suggested that the company seek out a broader range of political perspectives in its staff. It was like affirmative action for conservatives when conservatives start demanding quotas and diversity training. What the hell happened to us? And when did we become Democrats? When did we become the people who demand the Oscars add black actors based on race? In other words, Beck is a conservative who's fine with a dominant social network on the planet after being staffed entirely by hyper-progressives. Beck argues that it's their right as a private entity, and he is, of course, correct. But just because they have the right to do it doesn't imply that they should or that they shouldn't face a backlash from users, stakeholders, and investors. Since we don't know what the hell was said, actual what was said in the meetings. It's impossible to know what was promised to Beck and other conservatives in order to make them so pussy whipped. They supposedly Facebook promised an internal investigation and granted conservatives nothing but a PR-focused behind-closed-door meeting. The attendees focused entirely on the trending news controversy and ignored Facebook's year-long track record of open censorship in Europe and open censorship of conservative pages. They also ignored Zuckerberg's overture to the Chinese government, which doesn't bode well for free speech on the platform, and they ignored the reports of critics of immigration in the U.S. who report widespread difficulties on Facebook. Once again, it's worth returning to Mark Zuckerberg's famous comments about his original social media user at Harvard. They trust me, dumb fucks. Glenn Beck is a fucking joke and a half. Glenn Beck will sell us out for a dime. And no, I'm not jealous of his empire. I am not jealous of his failing television station. I'm not jealous of his radio show. I am not jealous of the man. I don't give a flying fuck about the man. But when he goes out there and chastises people for their constitutional rights, that I do care about. I do care when people are being attacked for following their constitutional rights. Unlike Glenn Beck, who says he's a constitutional conservative, I don't need to preach it every 5 minutes that I'm a constitutional conservative. I'm a constitutional conservative. I'm just out there trying to prove I am a constitutional conservative. And I don't even like that term, constitutional conservative. I am an American. I understand what the Constitution says, and I try my best to live by it. It pisses me off, this little movement that's going on, and they're constantly... If you got to say every 5 minutes that you are something to prove that you are, guess what? You're not. And all these people that are running around on Facebook and Twitter, I'm a constitutional conservative and I can't vote for Trump. I'm a constitutional conservative. I'm a constitutional conservative. You ain't shit. I don't need to broadcast what I am. Well, kind of contradictory since I have a radio show and I'm broadcasting my opinions. But I think you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm a man, but I don't have to. I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm a man. No. I act like a man. I'm just... there's an old saying. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but if you got to broadcast and tell everybody what you are, you're not. And these supposed conservatives, they might be conservatives. I don't friggin' know anymore. Because let me tell you, if being conservative is what these people are, yeah, I'll go back to being an independent. And these parties are what are destroying America. 100%, that is what is destroying this country. Now, this one I found weird, and I had my wife read it, and she just got the heebie-jeebies from it and wanted to puke. Salons, which that tells you which direction it's going, but I pointed out to her, and I always bust my wife's chops. Listen, she's a registered Democrat because that's what her parents expect her to be, and it would actually cause this huge fight. So she just has that. And As much as I don't like it, you know what? It's keeping a fight from happening that doesn't need to happen. She votes Republican, and that's where it matters. I don't give a shit what it says on a card, on a piece of paper. She acts conservative. So I was busting her chops when I pointed out the Salon, and she's never heard of it. And I was like, well, it's a liberal news, well, if you want to call it a news site, for liberals on the internet. But Salon's Todd Nickerson on pedophiles. I'm not a monster. He goes on to write that he has released a video in which he admits his love for a 5-year-old girl and why he thinks it's justified. And 3-minute video begins with Nickerson describing how he first fell in love with a child he babysat when he was 18. I remember looking up and just seeing her and just going, wow, she's beautiful. I knew I was in deep. I had fallen for the girl. And this is something that we pointed out when that verdict came down from the Supreme Court for gay marriage. And again, I could give a flying fuck who you fuck in your bedroom as long as you're not hurting anybody, and doing it to a child is hurting somebody. And the way they worded it, we warned everybody this was the next step for the liberals. And they've been stepping this up little by little. You're having these liberals that are pedophiles, and I forget his name, and I didn't bring the article with me today. Some idiot that spoke about gays on behalf of Obama, was one of the major mouthpiece for Obama, just got arrested on sexual charges, pedophilia being one of them. Not all gays are connected to pedophilia. I'm not making that correlation. But we warned that this was coming. And this sick, disgusting excuse for a human being goes on to explain that he never hurt the girl. He mentions that a lot of his fantasies revolve around young girls that are more powerful than him, and that his breaking point came when he would have to excuse himself while babysitting to pleasure himself in the bathroom. He left town shortly after to get his head straightened out. The video advertises an online forum for pedophiles alike called Virtuous Pedophilias, with the purpose of educating others on moral pedophilia. Under the Who We Are section of the forum, you find this disgusting, vile statement. Our website is intended to reduce the stigma attached to pedophilia by letting people know that a substantial number of pedophilias do not molest children, and to provide peer support and information about available resources to help virtuous pedophiles remain law-abiding and lead happy, productive lives. These are our stories. There are brief bios of 2 founders of the site and collection of their personal stories. Saying that makes me want to fucking throw up. And it makes me want to throttle someone right in the throat. This is just another step in trying to make pedophilia legal. Have everybody understand, make it sound moral on what they do. Make it sound justified. And this is what the fucking left do. Another 5 years from now, they'll be trying to push to make this legal. The online forum also contains a list of frequently asked questions, including why you should care about pedophilias, to which they give this reply: it could be your son. And my answer is very simple. If it was my son, well, he would either be turned into the police or I would throttle him. I don't care if you're a relative or not. That is unacceptable behavior. And according to the best available evidence, most pedophiles first become aware of their condition in their early teens. They start, like everyone else, they first become attracted to kids who are their own age. As they grow older, however, the objection of their attractions do not. Gradually, they become aware of their condition. See how they use the words? How about sickness? How about vile, disgusting thoughts? And believing the popular wisdom that they are evil and inevitably abuse children. Many of us experience depression, self-loathing, and sometimes become suicidal. Good. I don't promote people killing themselves. I don't promote killing of people. But I cannot find any excuse for people like this. And this is a liberal site. And liberals are starting to push this. This sick, disgusting, vile man adds that pedophilias in society must find some sort of middle ground. Yeah, it's very simple. The middle ground is you go to jail. I really am on the side of finding some fucking island and putting these perverted, disgusting, vile people on that island. He ends with a little note. We love kids and we want to protect them. Protect them? Good. Find an island to live on without kids. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. And I'm warning you, this is coming to a neighborhood near you.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
To Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians.
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
A team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid bro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Everyone Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is the Reaver After Dark, hosted by Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Jersey Crash, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday. Ow, itchy nose. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to SHR Media. Just click on the chat room. Join the conversation. Buddy. If you want to watch the broadcast, that's easy. Go to Reaver.one. Click on the live stream. If you want to support the show or support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one and click on the Reaver store. So, someone just actually tweeted this, and it's kind of perfect because it rolls into the next topic. This person puts on Twitter, why is Ivanka harassed about her father's treatment of women? Because there's been a war of words back and forth between few actresses and Trump. Words. But Chelsea has never even asked about her father's sordid history of rape and sexual misconducts with women. And it leads into Trump, accusations against me are nothing compared to rape and other allegations against Bill Clinton. And how this affects Hillary is she has been culpable. She has helped protect. She has intimidated the accusers in the past. She has gone after these women to silence them because her husband is a sexual predator. And yes, he has gone so far as to, well, he has been accused of rape on occasion. He has been known to fly on a jet with a man that the jet is commonly referred to as the rape jet. Presumptive Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump stated that there's no comparison between the accusation about his treatment of the women and the allegation in which rape made against former President Bill Clinton during an interview broadcast on Wednesday's Hannity. Trump said that some of the remarks he made to a woman in a New York Times article about his treatment of women were minor, and said, and I said to one woman, I said, don't eat. You shouldn't have a piece of candy, okay? Do you compare that against Clinton's? What Clinton has done? He told one woman that shouldn't eat a piece of candy, which is none of his business whether she does or doesn't. But how is that worse than Hillary Clinton threatening women, intimidating women? They're now running around MSNBC, NBC, and all these other that they have discredited a rape case against Bill Clinton. I didn't know it was ever discredited. And to top it off, give me 1 second because I found this, did a little research. An NBC TV host is saying that rape case was discredited when there was never discredited. But we have Hillary Clinton out there who has stated every survivor of sexual, and this is Hillary Clinton's Twitter and her statement, every survivor of sexual assault deserves to be heard, believed, and supported. This is a woman who has attacked, intimidated, and threatened against countless women. Countless women that have gone after her husband for his sexual misconduct. She has been culpable. She has helped lead the war on women single-handedly. She has taken money from the Saudis and doesn't speak up about Saudis' mistreatment of women. This is the woman that's running for president of the United States of America who has threatened, intimidated, but then says that all rape victims should be believed except when it's against her husband. Then she will stand up and run interference with him. How about how she treated her first case ever? She discredited, attacked, intimidated a rape victim and laughed about it. But yet, somehow Trump has a worse record with women because he's had the war of words with a couple women who have attacked him. Rosie O'Donnell has gone at him, and he's gone back at her. What? There's now rules? You could say whatever the fuck you want, but I must be nice and cordial towards you? No, that's not the way it works. And I like seeing a presidential candidate that will fight back. For too long now, we have had candidates that roll over and bend over too quickly. So to see a candidate, I know the Republicans are not used to it. I know the Republican Party is not used to a candidate that's willing to fight, not only for the party, but for the people. And if you think that Trump's actions are worse because he's gotten a war of words with women, try saying that 10 times fast. War with women. Buddy. And I didn't even stutter on that one, but saying my normal stuff, I stutter on that. Things that make you go, How is a war of words with a couple women compared to the Clintons leading the war on women single-handedly? Hillary Clinton has done more to attack women than Trump ever thought about. Hannity had went on and stated, what about what Clinton's done? How big an issue should that be in the campaign, for example? I look at the New York Times. Are they going to interview Miss Broderick? Are they going to interview Paula Jones? Are they going to interview Kathleen Willey? No. They keep quiet about that. But they will misinterpret and edit sound bites from women that were talking about Trump just to try to make it sound like Trump has attacked women when it isn't even what the women said. It is disgusting, the double standards we got going on, and that people are so fucking blind to this. And that's what it's amazing me. They are so blind. This woman has single-handedly attacked women. If they spoke up against her husband's sexual assaults, she attacked them. And now they're attacking Trump because he's had a couple words with women. Well, you know what? If you come at me, I don't care whether you have any parts. I will come right back at you. This is the disgust that is America right now. We attack. We allow a political family to attack women that have been sexually assaulted by this man. But we're going to complain because a man defends himself. I don't care what you got or don't have between your legs. If you want to start a war or wars with me, I am going to go and attack the best I can. I'm going to take an early break. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
To Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying Catholic, stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as has the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is the Reaver After Dark, hosted by Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe, and Jersey Crash, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch it broadcast, go to Reaver.one. Click on the live stream. And if you want to support the show or support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one and click on the Reaver store. And no, there is no rip-offs on Donald Trump stuff. Still laughing about that idiot, Dobie. You want to buy your stuff at Donald J. Trump. Don't buy this whip-off stuff. When the fuck did Donald Trump buy out my show? I know I talk positive about Trump. I know I support Trump. But since when did Trump buy out my show's name? Now, granted, I don't have it trademarked and all that right now. I don't have the money to file the paperwork. But I can show where I've been using this name for, probably about 2 years now. So, anybody wants to use that name, well, get in line. I got it first. And it was funny, even I had someone the other day on Twitter trying to make fun of the show's name and trying to direct it towards their simple mind of, well, it has to deal with, Firefly. And it's like, no. Reavers are the bringer of death. It is an ancient mythology. Reavers were correlated with death. Death of common sense. I'm sorry I have a show where you have to actually think with the name. And he responded, well, that doesn't matter. It's still stupid, and then blocks me. I love these people. They're so righteous that they have to start shit and then block. That's the funny part. Is they started, and then they can't man up and admit, hey, I made a mistake. You know what? I'd been like, hey, thank you. You're upstanding person, and hey, let's go on with it. We're done. On both of them, I would have left it alone. But no, they got to continue and then block when I don't back down from them. You start shit with me, I'm not going to back down. I'm going to keep going and going. I turn into the Energizer Bunny, and it keeps going, and it keeps going. And the guy even said it last night. Don't you have better things to do? Nope, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Everybody's sleeping, and no, I don't have anything better than to fuck with you because you decided to enter my world. Enter my world, I will fuck with you till the cows come home. And especially if it's while everybody's asleep and I don't have anybody to talk to, I turn into a child, and I have no problem with that. I turn into a child, and I keep going. I don't give up. I'm a persistent asshole. So, a little warning for people who want to fuck with me and then get upset. Yeah, I don't leave things alone. I've been told I am a dog with a bone. Other ones have told me I'm a dog with a boner, but hey, I don't know which one's worse. One's chewing on your leg, the other one's humping on your leg. So, you pick which one you want. And on to a different topic. Sort of. We're going to go on to the Clinton rape accuser, Miss Broderick. The New York Times should interview Bill's alleged female victims. And according to Hillary, we must believe all of those accusations. During an interview today, Bill Clinton's rape accuser, Broderick, suggested the New York Times spend the same amount of energy investigating claims of sexual assault against Bill Clinton that the newspaper put into probing Donald Trump's alleged past treatment of women. Broderick said she believes there is a whole generation of millennials who are unfamiliar with Clinton's history with women. She further slammed Hillary Clinton as an enabler who has allowed her husband to continue on the same path that he did back in the 70s and 80s and 90s. And that's the funny part. This is not something new that has popped up just because Hillary's running for president. This is something that's been going on for decades now. Ooh, we got a little storm coming in. The wind has picked up big time. Crap. Listen, we're going to take a quick break because, well, with the storm coming in as bad as the wind's picking up, I want to go grab my flag off the front of the house. I didn't know we were getting a storm in today. Shit. We don't have that much time left. Let me finish a couple more subjects. I think I got a couple more minutes before the storm really kicks in. So, just so I don't forget, because we're probably going to go to the end of the show pretty quick today. But, hey, I want to thank everybody for allowing me into their homes, cars, wherever you are listening to me. I honestly and truly am honored that you do listen to me. I say it all the time, and I don't think people realize just how much I mean it. I am very honored. I am a person who... I didn't go to school to become a broadcaster. I didn't go to school to study politics. I did none of that. I am just a Joe Schmo who wants to get his voice out. And it's surprising. For the longest time, I believed what the Democrats told me, that I was on my own, that I believed my thoughts were my own thoughts. Nobody else believed in it. But I'm finding more and more people actually have the same outlook. Though we might not always agree on everything, but the outlook is the same. And I just want to thank you so much. And I want to say, everybody, this weekend, have fun, but be safe. I know it's the weekend and people love to have fun on the weekend. Just be safe. I don't want to hear. I hate hearing bad news happening. And lastly, we're going to go over an article. It's not too much. Trying to get through a couple. Clinton's surrogate, Ed Randell. There are more ugly women than attractive women in America. Oh, that's nice to say, isn't it? Hillary Clinton's campaign surrogate, Ed Randell, said that Donald Trump will be hurt by the fact that there are more ugly women in America than attractive women. Randell, the former Pennsylvania governor, told the Washington Post that Trump's comment on the fairer sex will hurt him among ugly women. Will he have some appeal to working-class Dems in Levittown or Bristol? Sure, Randell said. For every one, he'll lose 1.5. 2 Republican women. Trump's comment, like, if you can't be a 10, if you're flat-chested, that'll come back to haunt him. There are probably more ugly women in America than attractive women. people take that stuff personally. Well, how about the fact that, it won't be a long weekend for me. I think Monday's a holiday, and I'll be right here, and I'll be broadcasting. I won't be taking a day off. I usually don't take the holidays off. That's the way, and, Dan and Sean don't. They understand my situation. They never complain when I need to take days off for bad paying days or doctor visits and all that. So, when the holidays are around and people are home, it's a perfect time for me to broadcast. For you guys, sit back and listen. But back to the Clinton surrogate, Ed Randell, and I find it very fucking offensive that he is the working class Dems in Levittown or Bristol. Yeah, that's where I was born in Levittown. I spent the first 5 years of my life in Levittown. And fuck you, I still know a lot of people in there, and they don't agree with Dems as much as you might feel. And it really pissed me off. And sit there, he's knocking and calling more people ugly, more women ugly. He's attacking women more than Trump does. And trying to knock Trump, he ends up knocking women. And I don't understand how that hasn't come back to haunt Hillary or himself. How is him going out there and saying there's more unattractive women and more flat-chested women than there is attractive women? That is a fucking insult within itself. All right, I am going to cut out a couple minutes early today. It's like 5 minutes early from when I normally cut out. I just want to say I appreciate it and have a great weekend and have a great holiday. What is it, Memorial or Veterans Day? I always get the two mixed up. I think it's from... All right, Cal and Jenna, which is it? Which is Monday? I'm trying to... I know it's bad, but I always... Labor Day. No. Hang on. What the flop? Okay, we are in 2006. May 3rd. Memorial Day. It is Memorial Day. So, all right. Have a happy Memorial Day. Tune in. I will be here. And have a great weekend. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.